In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise and distractions of everyday life. We're constantly bombarded with information, demands, and expectations. This constant activity can make it hard to find peace and connect with our inner selves, the space where God resides. Silence and solitude offer a much-needed antidote to this modern dilemma. They provide a sanctuary from the external world, allowing us to turn inward and listen to the quiet whispers of our hearts. It is in this silence that we can truly hear the voice of God. The Catholic Church has always recognized the importance of silence and solitude for spiritual growth. From the Desert Fathers of early Christianity to modern-day monastic orders, seeking God in quiet contemplation has been a cornerstone of Catholic spirituality. Throughout history, saints and mystics have retreated into solitude to deepen their relationship with God. They understood that by quieting their minds and hearts, they could better hear and understand God's voice. This practice is not reserved solely for the cloistered religious, it's something we are all called to embrace. The Catechism of the Catholic Church emphasizes the importance of interior silence, stating that interior silence is the disposition of the heart that makes us attentive to God. CCC 2721. This attentiveness requires a deliberate stepping back from the world's clamor. The Bible itself is filled with examples of individuals who sought God in silence and solitude. Jesus himself frequently withdrew to deserted places to pray, recognizing the need to connect with his Father in quiet communion. Consider Jesus' retreat into the desert for 40 days and nights. This wasn't a vacation but a time of intense prayer and preparation for his ministry. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. Matthew 4:2. In the quiet vastness of the desert, Jesus confronted temptation and strengthened his resolve. Moses encountered God in the silence of the burning bush, and Elijah heard God's still small voice after the wind and the earthquake had subsided. These accounts remind us that God often speaks to us in the whispers of silence, not in the whirlwind of activity. Deepening faith in the silence. Why are silence and solitude so important for deepening our faith? When we create space for silence in our lives, we allow ourselves to become more aware of God's presence. We begin to hear his voice more clearly, not through audible words but through the gentle promptings of the Holy Spirit. In the silence, we can also engage in honest self-reflection. We can examine our thoughts, motivations, and actions, bringing them before the Lord and seeking his guidance. This process of introspection is essential for spiritual growth, as it allows us to identify and address areas where we need to change and grow closer to God. The fruits of silence and solitude are abundant. We experience a greater sense of peace, clarity, and purpose. Our relationship with God deepens, and we become more attuned to his will for our lives. Embracing the quiet path. The beauty of seeking silence and solitude is that it's available to everyone. We don't need to retreat to the desert or join a monastery to experience its benefits. Even in the midst of our busy lives, we can carve out small pockets of quiet time each day. Begin by setting aside a few minutes each morning for silent prayer and reflection. Find a quiet place where you can be alone with your thoughts and with God. As you grow more comfortable with silence, gradually increase this time. Don't be discouraged if your mind wanders or you struggle to sit still at first. Silence and solitude are practices that take time and effort to cultivate. With patience and perseverance, you'll find that the rewards are immeasurable. Join the journey on Pathway to Holiness. This invitation to embrace silence and solitude is an invitation to a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with God. It's a call to listen to the whispers of his love in the quiet spaces of our hearts. If you'd like to explore this topic further, we invite you to like and subscribe to our channel Pathway to Holiness. We offer resources and reflections on Catholic spirituality, helping you draw closer to God in your daily life.